let's check in with listeners.
Hey, listeners.
Hi, listeners.
What's up, listeners?
Listeners, remember you can always reach us at the email address gamescoop@ign.com, just like Nathan Hill did.
Oh, Nathan.
Nathan says, I am a 40-year-old gamer that has been a gamer for probably 36 years.
Wow, that's awesome.
I have played tons of video games throughout those years, some great, some pretty terrible. Let me say I don't understand the hatred The Order has gotten in the gaming press. IGN gave the game an okay score of 6.5, which is actually quite high when compared to your peers on other sites. I was really looking forward to the game and bought it in spite of the reviews. I'm glad I did. I am really enjoying the story, graphics, voice acting, etc. All are top-notch. The gameplay is fine, reminding me of a standard third-person cover-based shooter. I'm hopeful that Sony will greenlight a sequel so I can spend more time in this interesting world they have created. Now to my question, am I crazy? Why am I enjoying this game so much? As I said, I have played games for a long time, certainly know a good game from a bad one. I know these things are subjective, but I can usually find a positive review to hang my hat on. In this game's case, I can find none. I would give this game a solid 5. I still see no scores even approaching that level. I want to point out that The Order got a 7.9 from IGN Italia.
Ah,
there you
my
go.
peoples.
No, you're not crazy at all. First of all, you're not crazy because you can like whatever you want to like.
Yep.
You know, you can be the only person that likes
Yeah.
the game, and that's still a totally fine and valid feeling. But even outside of that, it's really hard in video games. It's sort of like a shouting match in the comments and on forums and on Reddit, and something is either awesome or garbage. It's really hard for something to just be okay.
Yeah, totally.
Like just to be like, yeah, you know, I didn't think it was great.
Yep.
I didn't think it was awful. Like to exist in that middle ground is almost impossible.
We are,
especially when it's a AAA, big budget, huge project.
we've sort of devolved into a very binary species when it comes
Exactly.
to describing experiences and games and products, and especially something like The Order. Like it's coming down the pipe and it looks amazing. It catches a snag here and there. Like it gets delayed, and then we find out that the campaign's shorter than we might want it to be. And then it comes out and it's getting like 6s and 6.5s and 5s and stuff like that. But no one said the game was outright trash or broken or bad, I don't think. Like, I mean, a 6.5 is okay.
Yeah. Well, we were on the higher end of this game. I got like 5s in most places.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even he said he would give it a 5, but he's enjoying it.
He would give it a 7.
Oh, he gave it a 7.
Yeah, I think this is good.
I could have sworn you said 5.
I think
Yeah,
you might have
very
said
good.
5 out loud.
It's okay. It's all good. We still love you.
You meant 7.
5 out of 7. So I mean, I don't have any problem with that. I think that's like it's fine to accept that you are enjoying something that maybe other people aren't enjoying. I mean, you're 40 years old. You're an adult. You know that.
Yeah.
It's terrible that that a person who's been playing games for 36 years feels like they need some kind of validation from someone. Not sad because of like him that he feels that. It's sad that we live that like that's the ecosystem right now. Where like if you like something that other people don't, you're like, what's wrong with me?
You have to
That's
keep
what
it a
they
secret.
beat. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they beat this into your head that
Yeah.
if you like something that someone else doesn't, then there's something wrong with you. And
We
you
also,
need-
I mean,
you need to have
different-
some really good reasons to justify it or something. If you don't, if it's what you like, it's what you like.
Different people get different things out of games. And
Yeah.
it's like, I actually haven't played The Order yet. Its short length kind of appeals to me. Like, I think I might want to get a copy and play through it over a weekend. Although I have the benefit of not having to pay $60 to do that, to be fair. But I want the game's world building. You know, I'm really excited for that. It looks gorgeous. So if the gameplay is kind of so-so and it's really on rails and the cutscenes are long, like that's a completely valid reason to not want to spend $60 on it and to give it, you know, a middling review score. But that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy just the gorgeous world and just, you know, go to London and fight some monsters and then peace out. And then maybe I'll play it and be like, yeah, this really is bad. But maybe I'll play it and, you know, appreciate it, be able to appreciate it on that level.
Yeah, I mean, and on the flip side of the coin, I mean, like, you're absolutely right. It's about what you need out of a gaming experience, right? And for me, I mean, world building, super cool. Good story. If it's really that good, then sure, it can bring something to me. But I show myself again through my reviews. I'm mechanics. Like
Right.
everything with me is about what it is like to play, and if it makes my brain fire. If it gives me the opportunity to make interesting decisions, that's what I play games for. And yeah, even less than your typical linear third-person shooter, like say a Gears of War or something. I feel like The Order just gives.
You're playing it some, right? Or you already have given up on it? You played a few hours.
Well, I played about halfway through it or
Okay.
so, and just I couldn't stick with it because I felt like I wasn't making any choices. Even when there was a firefight going on, I wasn't making choices. And yeah, Gears of War, the choices aren't super complex.
No, you're totally
but
choosing.
you're totally choosing what weapons to use and why. You're totally choosing when to, blind fire, when to pop your head out from cover, which pieces of cover to situate yourself on. You're kind of keeping your eye on the entire battlefield and deciding what targets are important to prioritize. So there's still decisions being made there. And there's tons of decisions being made when you play Halo because of the sandboxy nature of those engagements,
Yeah.
And then I played The Order, and it really just felt like whack-a-mole with guns. And
But
I was
for some people that might be the experience they're looking for. Like
Sure.
I feel like we're sort of spoiled because, and our audience is spoiled, especially because we, with the introduction of 3D games decades ago, we've been given more and more and more freedom in games. And when we go back to that sort of like genre or area where that freedom is taken away, it's judged against games like The Last of Us or GTA, where there is things are a little bit more opened up. When in reality, like I do think there is the benefit to a linear short game every now and then. We just have to figure out where that fits in the world, because I think that selling it for $60 and having a game that's 6 hours, I'm okay with it, but the majority of the audience is not. So.
Did completely legitimately too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't review very many games. I'm a features editor, but when I do review games, it's kind of challenging for me because I can kind of see. I know this is probably going to be crazy based on how I talk in GameScoop, but I can actually see the bright side of everything. Like when I play a lot of weird experimental indie games, and I'll be like, everything around this game is bad, but it's got this one cool thing.
Yeah.
It's got this one cool idea, and I totally dig it. And I'll play a lot of weird stuff and ignore all the weird, strange indie jank just because it's got this neat idea that I haven't seen before, or characters or whatever that I enjoy.
And they'll do that with The Order. They'll take the best parts of it and they'll build the sequel on it. We talked about this on Podcast Beyond the other day. About how you don't spend this much money on this engine and these characters and this game and this world and just go,
Yeah.
well, see ya. It just doesn't happen anymore. It is an investment. They are world building. They are creating a franchise, and it in the same way Assassin's Creed 1 was weird and very rough around the edges, and 2 was awesome, and now it's annualized. The Order will find its sea legs.
You know what they should do when they make The Order 2? They should include The Order 1886. You just get it when you buy the sequel.
Sure.
Because how many people are going to be like, man, this sequel looks dope, but I never played the original and I don't want to buy it.
Sure. I mean, they did that with Bayonetta 2, right?
Yeah.
There you go, Sony. That's a freebie.
I don't know if the game
Free idea. Give your game away for free.
if the game was received so poorly though that most people didn't want to take the time to play it before or buy it and play it before the second one came out.
It was received poorly by critics, and it was received poorly by audience members and gamers that didn't play it and probably had no intention of playing it. But I bet you money that this game will crack the top 7 or top 5 on MPD.
Man, I don't know.
It's a weird
I
month,
don't
man. What's it
think
going
so.
up against in February?
That's true.
Evolve.
Yeah.
Evolve, which is multi-platform, right? It's available on multiple platforms. I guess that's the main reason, is that not only did it not really set the world on fire critically and commercially, but it's also on one platform. So
The game is, whether it cracks the top whatever, undoubtedly a huge failure. It's just was it so big of a failure that it's going to get a sequel or not? I'm kind of on the fence.
Yeah. We'll see.